Hey there guys, Christian here, of course aka Pixel Brave, and I'm just kind of coming at you with a life update. At the beginning of the year, I had a lot of plans for a lot of things. And by the way, this isn't a content update. I know like a lot of channels will kind of put out an update like, hey guys, haven't been here a while, now I'm gonna start doing more stuff. This is just a life update. Life's been happening at me fast and unexpectedly, and I'm just talking about that, really, primarily. I'm sure I'll touch on content in a bit. But I haven't really talked about what's been going on, but I kind of got hit with like a whole bunch of things at once recently. I was trying to think of an analogy, and the one I really liked, it's not the best one, but the one I really liked, it's like at the end of a lap in Mario Kart, and then you get hit with, first you run over a banana, and then you get hit with a lightning bolt, and you recover, and then you're almost there, and then you get hit with a blue shell, and it's just like, you gotta be kidding me. It's kind of what it's felt like recently. I'm overall fine right now, as of today. I'm overall fine, but after PAX, I came back, ready to edit some footage, edit some videos, edit some vlogs from the non-convention stuff, and at the end of the week after PAX, like, I started having these symptoms. And like I said, I am fine. And I was always fine. It's just that there's symptoms that are very scary and could lead to very painful experiences, and I'm not the healthiest guy, but I'm also not been the most unhealthiest guy. I don't usually go to see doctors or hospitals or take medication. If I have a headache or something, I don't ever take like a Tylenol or Advil or anything like that. Like, I just kind of like drink water and power through. It's just my mindset. It's not right, by the way. It's not, my way of thinking is not right. It's just what I have, though. I eventually had these symptoms that I couldn't ignore, that I could not just, you know, just drink water and I'll be fine, or power through or whatever. That happened, though, while I was still in the process of getting a new job, a new day job. Y'all know I freelance, but I've always needed still a daytime job to supplement my income. It was right as I was starting a new job. And again, these symptoms weren't bad, they were just extremely scary for me. I was needing to make doctor's appointments and clinic appointments and stuff, not having insurance. Anytime I've ever had a day job, I do get insurance, and they give me the insurance packet and all that stuff. But this happened after Taco Deli and right as I was starting my new daytime job. You know, after PAX, you always see about people having like the PAX play or whatever, and it was just like funny that like I came back to PAX and then I was dealing with just this thing. I've had a pretty boring health life, not healthy life, because I'm obviously not the healthiest person, but all of a sudden having to ask myself like, where do I go? What do I do? Where do I go? Who do I see? And even then, like, not having insurance for that, it was very scary, and I was going through a lot of it kind of alone. I have a wonderful family that loves me and I love them, but when it comes to health and money, it's kind of explosive, the conversations we have. So I kept it all to myself as I was going through this. Even now that it's passed, I've still not talked to my mother about this. She has no idea that I was going through something. And actually, as a result, thanks to my dad kind of consulting me, he found like this clinic that is like for Hispanics that have low income or don't have insurance, things like that. And that was like the first step towards getting things treated, looked at, all that stuff. But when I went in, they were like, oh, I know you're coming in for this one thing, but we also think you should have a lot of concerns about this other stuff we're noticing, as we were having, you know, as I was having conversations with the doctor. And so I was like, oh, okay, well, I thought I came in with one problem and now I have three. Two like mostly like physical health problems, and one like mental. Like I'm pretty sure I'm like going through some kind of mild depression or anxiety or something like that. I am still between insurance providers, so I have not been able to go seek proper counseling or anything to properly get that, I don't want to say diagnosed, but to see what's actually going on there. But from the from the minimal consultation they had, they were saying, yeah, we think you are probably dealing with some kind of anxiety too, on top of this other health condition, and also like we're extremely concerned about your heart pressure, blood pressure. It's either your heart rate or your blood pressure or some mix. Like I said, I'm very ignorant with a lot of these things, but they were like, you're scaring us here now that we're seeing these numbers. And I was like, wow, okay, yeah. So I thought I had one thing to do with it, now I have three. And that's just health related stuff. Going back to the problem of also like, now I'm being prescribed these medicines, and it's the anxiety of, I've never had to take medicine. Like I said, I don't even take Advil or Tylenol or anything if I'm feeling, you know, headache or migraines or stuff like that. Like I just kind of like, you know, I had 5 different pills that I was taking at once, like some of the day, some of the food, some at the end of the day for different things. And it's all at once. Like I said, I'm 30 years old, never really, you know, I can't remember a time I've been prescribed pills. If it's ever happened, I can't think of it. So now I'm doing all 5 at once, and for all different things, and they all have different side effects, and these side effects were affecting my work. I had just gotten hired for the new day job, and I immediately had to call in, like, hey, I know I've only had like 2 days of here at work, but I can't come in for a while because first off, I'm dealing with some health stuff, and the stuff I'm being prescribed is like just tripping me out. Like it's like extremely like drowsy inducing. I couldn't concentrate on anything. I couldn't stay awake very often, and it was affecting the day job and also affecting my freelance work, the editing work that I was supposed to be doing. It was definitely throwing that for a whack. I would try to like force myself to work on stuff, and then I would because a combination of the health symptoms and also of the medication and also the anxiety of having all these new things happen, like just every little thing was just adding more to my anxiety with like what I was going through. And so yeah, like I stopped doing things I enjoyed as a result, because I just thought it was better. I didn't think it was better, just my body, I just was subconsciously like on autopilot doing these things, like staying under a rock, basically closing myself off. I mean, you might have noticed that, yeah, I was still posting on Twitter, still memeing it up sometimes, Instagram. A lot of that was me just trying to force myself back into normality, which it didn't work. I became like traumatized, kind of. Like I didn't want to leave the house. Like family would invite me to go get dinner, friends would invite me to hang out, and I missed like one of my best friends in the whole world. I missed like his birthday, because he lives in Houston, and I was like, I'm really scared that like on the drive I'm gonna have an episode of this health thing that I'm dealing with. I'm too scared. I'm too scared to make the drive or the flight or whatever. And I was like, I wish I could have been there. Things are kind of leveled out. I can't wait to start reconnecting with friends again. I became kind of like a hermit for a little bit. And there had been a weekend where I didn't really have any symptoms or anything. And so I was like, wow, I think I'm in the clear. I think whatever I'm going through is past. Obviously not mentally, like that stuff, like it needs proper treatment. But as far as like the physical stuff that I was going through, I was getting my blood pressure, that's what it was, checked constantly, and either as a result of medication or just whatever, like it was kind of back in the normal. So still just doing the 2 things, the first health concern and then like the mental health concern, like now, so just from 3 to 2. So that was kind of good news, man. And there was this one weekend where I felt like everything had kind of, yeah, like so I felt like everything was kind of clearing up, and I could kind of go back to life, back to the normal life. Don't be so afraid anymore. Symptoms are gone or whatever. I was gonna give a status update to who I had been editing for. I was playing a lot of things by ear. I hadn't been going to work for a while, and I still was not able to like I said, as a combination of the anxiety and the meds and then symptoms, like I just was not able to concentrate on editing videos. But I was, and they were very understanding with me and totally like said, take your time. But the pressure, like the pressure I was putting on myself to get back into it, I was looking for any excuse to get back, you know, to work. So as soon as I had like 2 or 3 days where like things had kind of calmed down, I was getting ready to text them and be like, hey, I'm sorry for the delay, but I'm back in business. I'm coming back harder than ever. And I picked up a shift at the day job. Like, I gotta get back to work, you know, before I get fired or something, or they say like, get out of here. So I was gonna text and be like, hey, like, sorry for the delay. Sorry these videos aren't getting to you. You know, expect them soon, because I'm back and better than ever. And I went to work. Work was fine. And I clock out, I get into my car. As soon as I sit down in my car, I start having all this pain again. I start having all these symptoms again, and worse than I've ever had it. And I was just like, you gotta be kidding me. The reason why I never sent that text, by the way, is because I was like, you know what? Actions speak louder than words. Instead of texting like, hey, sorry for the update, and here's this and that, whatever. I was like, I think it'd be a lot better if I just go to work, come home, bust out like 1 or 2 of those videos that I need to be sending, and then like just send them tonight while I'm in the zone right now, while I'm feeling very positive, while I'm feeling better, while I'm feeling like I have the opportunity right now to finally get back to my, you know, work that I really enjoy, which is editing. And as soon as I hit the seat, I started like, wait, something doesn't feel right. And I tried to like I said, just power through it. I was like, home is 15 to 20 minutes away. Let me just get through this. Let me just get home and I'll deal with it there. And I only made it like around the block before I was like, nope, pulling into a driveway here and Googling like the nearest emergency room. And I ended up going to the emergency room. Luckily it was 5 minutes away. So I forced myself through 5 minutes of pain to get to the emergency room. And this whole thing has been annoying, to say the least. And it's been very frustrating that it's affected me on a level that like I felt like, yeah, I couldn't work on anything. And my work is like, honestly, like editing work is honestly what makes me happy. And so the fact that these health conditions were keeping me away from that, and also getting in the way of me, you know, making progress with this day job, and it was just a messy couple of weeks. And it was my first time in an emergency room since high school. And in high school, it was just for like a cut I got on my cheek. So I did like some stitches. So I've never really had to go to the emergency room for myself. And just like the anxiety of like not having the proper insurance, and just thinking about the costs, thinking about the money. Freelancers already don't make a lot, and then the day job I do wasn't making a lot. On top of that, I still have like all these countless bills, you know, student loans, things like that. And so I was just like, what else is gonna happen next? Why is this happening? And I was still making, at the emergency room, they were making more appointments for people to see, and it was just a mess. And as I'm telling the story, I'm getting anxiety, so I'm gonna start leaving more and more parts out and just hit the major bullet points. Basically, I was dealing with a lot of stuff, and as a result, I wasn't doing the things that I wanted to do because I was scared. I was too worried about what I was going through and how much worse it could get, that I just like was paralyzed, I guess, from the thought. Yeah, in addition to not seeing friends or family, I also stopped doing the things that I wanted to do. I have a movie pass, and I stopped going to the movies. I love anime so much, and a new season started, and I really wanted a large part of Christian, why are you talking about anime? I'll tell you why I'm talking about anime. Because as the beginning of the year, I wanted to start making a lot of anime content, a lot of videos, talking about anime shows, and it's just something I really wanted to make a part of, you know, the content that you can expect from me. But I was so scared and just going through so much anxiety that even just something as simple as being here in the comfort of my own home, in my own room, you know, I was too anxious to even start a new anime show. I watch TV, you know, I threw on some comfort viewing, The Office, some older anime and stuff. But for some reason, the thought of starting a new show, even just content aside, I could have told myself, okay, you know what, Christian, just give yourself this. Just watch some new anime. Don't worry about making content for it. Just enjoy it. Don't worry about podcasting about it or writing an essay about it. Just like, I would try to tell myself, just watch it. Just turn it on. It's a button. You're already on PlayStation. You're already on your phone. Like, just hit the app. Just hit the app. Because I support anime. I got an app that I pay subscription for. None of that pirated stuff. And I just couldn't. I could put on YouTube videos and put on Netflix. And there's even anime on Netflix. I was already in the app. There's so much anime on Netflix. All it takes is the right cursor, but it was just giving me anxiety, this thought of, I don't know why. It's irrational, or I don't know why, but it was just scary, and I was just depriving myself of the things that I wanted to do, the people I wanted to see, the things I wanted to eat, the places I wanted to go. And I'm fine now. I finally got back to work on those edits. I got the videos out. I went back to work at the day job. Life has been pretty good. Pretty normal now. I'm seeing friends again. I'm seeing family again. Things look very normal, even though I think in the back of my head I'm still going through this stuff. And I still do need to get, you know, I still do need to make more headway with the mental health thing. I definitely, I had a relative that started going through like depression and anxiety for the first time this year, and because we're like a similar age, I accompanied them to a lot of their doctor's appointments, and we had a lot of conversations. Anytime they were not feeling well, we would just talk about it, and a lot of things that they were talking about, how they felt and or that they were going through, sounded a lot like what I was going through too, as far as the mental health stuff goes. And so I was like, well, this whole time I just thought I was just weird or whatever, but maybe I do actually just have, maybe it's as simple, and not that it's simple, but just maybe it is really just as obvious as I'm dealing with some form of mild depression or anxiety or something. Like, they would be in the doctor's office, and the things I'd be hearing, I'm like, wow, this sounds strangely familiar. So it's been a really weird and unfortunate, very weird and unfortunate couple of weeks. And that's, again, I said I wouldn't talk about content, but that is like a reason why I haven't really been putting out content until recently. I'm not gonna make any promises about, hey, I'm gonna start putting out more videos or anything like that. Right now, my health is like really important, so I am going to try to focus on that. I'm gonna try to do more personal videos. So yeah, things have been kind of normal-ish. I don't know if you've seen my Instagram or anything, but like I went out on a photo shoot. I put out like a video game top 50 video. Like I'm doing these little personal projects again now because I want to get back to normal. I want to start watching anime. I want to start playing games. I want to start going places. I had to cancel. I was supposed to go to a convention actually at the end of the week, at the end of the month for these content creators, and I had to cancel because the prescription expenses like really took a chunk out of my travel expenses. So I had to withdraw going to this convention, but I'm ready to start traveling again and seeing more of you guys, hopefully. Just a little something about me. I don't do well with positive reinforcement. So that's why I didn't really talk a lot about what I was going through, because I knew everyone out there is so positive, everyone out there is so good and supportive, that I thought if I started talking about these things, that I would start getting tweets like, oh dude, like you got this, you know, you're this and that, or you can do it. And those things, words of affirmation, crumble me, make me crumble like under like a weight or pressure for some reason. I don't know why, but they do. So that's why I've been keeping this stuff to myself, because y'all are just amazing. Y'all are so supportive. There have been some amazing friends out there who I have talked about what I was going through, and I can't express how appreciative that they would put up with my dumb questions and my weird rants and stuff. And I'm looking forward to just kind of getting back to normal while still, of course, treating the things that need to be treated. But yeah, a big reason why I kept a lot of these things to myself is because, yeah, I just don't do well with words of affirmation, and I was worried that it would trigger even more anxiety if I said like, hey, I'm going through this stuff, and then if I started getting like comments about like, oh cool, dude, you got it, like positive vibes your way, like, I don't know why, but those words like, they crush me for some reason. It's something I don't know how to explain, but it is. But I'm feeling like I need to be a bit more open now, so that's why I am making this. Yeah, this is not a content update, it's a life update, and I hope to eventually put out a content update, and I want more life updates, but I want them to be even more, and I hopefully the topics will be a lot more fun, a lot more positive. Even though I was there, like if you look at the timeline, what, Christian, you're totally tweeting, but it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. But I am looking forward to things kind of going in a new positive direction. Hey guys, so the memory card on the camera went out, and I'm too lazy to put a new card in just for an outro, so I just pulled out the phone, and that was pretty, I feel like I could have gone for another 10 minutes, but I think you've had enough for now. So just pull out the phone just to say, that's been my quick life update. I wish I could have a content update, but right now, more than anything, I want to focus on myself, my mind, my health, and just want to at least let you guys know that I was thinking about you, that I was going through a lot, and thinking about you all definitely helped me through a lot of it, whether y'all realize it or not. And I love you guys, and hopefully things can just go back, not even go back to normal. Hopefully things will be better than ever now, okay? Yeah, think positively. Why settle for what was before? Why not want something more? It's fun when things rhyme by accident. But again, thanks for watching this, guys, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.